Imagine a world where sight doesn't just fade, but vanishes in an instant, plunging an entire city into a milky, suffocating whiteness that erases the boundaries between civilization and savagery. You are part of a quarantined population trapped in an abandoned asylum, only to find that blindness isn't just a medical condition, but a moral vacuum that strips away the veneer of society to reveal the raw, terrified animal beneath. But when you discover that survival in this new epoch isn't about finding a cure, but about maintaining your humanity when no one is watching and no one can see your crimes, you realize that dignity isn't a right. It's a fragile construct that must be defended with grit, ingenuity, and superior will. Welcome to Blindness, the pulse-pounding, atmospheric, and deeply strategic masterpiece by Nobel Prize winner José Saramago. If you love psychological horror tropes, allegorical fiction, and stories that explore the sheer, unadulterated terror of facing a world that has lost its shape through grit, ingenuity, and superior tactics, this audiobook will completely consume you. It is a masterclass in speculative fiction, blending the visceral chill of social collapse with the profound weight of ethical choice. The narrative kicks off with our protagonist's sudden loss of vision, thrusting them into a race against time to navigate a labyrinth of despair before the structures of order dissolve into chaos. The atmosphere is thick with the scent of decay and fear, the static of whispered prayers, and the creeping dread of knowing that every shadow hides a predator or a memory that wants to kill you. Saramago excels at capturing the psychological toll of isolation, making every tactical maneuver, every resource allocation, and every narrow escape feel like a high-stakes gamble, where the price of failure is not just death, but eternal madness. At the core of the book's massive appeal is its spectacular survivor hero trope and the brilliant asymmetric warfare dynamic. This isn't just about fighting monsters. It's about understanding the complex ecology of a hostile environment, managing limited resources, and using human ingenuity to outsmart enemies who rely on brute force and superior numbers. Watching the protagonist reverse engineer enemy strategies, craft overpowered gear from rare drops, and completely shock arrogant elites with unconventional, trap-heavy tactics is incredibly satisfying. The audiobook narration brings the visceral impact of the combat and the satisfying chiming ding of a massive level up to life, making every milestone feel like a hard-earned victory. But beyond the stats and the slaughter, the soul of Blindness lies in its characters and the heavy burden of memory. The protagonist isn't just a cold, calculating gamer. They are a deeply human individual struggling to maintain their humanity in a system that views them as data. They quickly form bonds with a beautifully dysfunctional found family of fellow survivors who help them navigate the treacherous waters of the new social order. The banter is razor-sharp, providing much-needed levity as their squad watches them casually calculate the damage output of a coordinated strike. Their unbreakable trust provides the emotional grounding needed when the world starts throwing literal world-ending threats their way. As the plot accelerates towards its climax, the pacing becomes utterly breathless. A major horde or a rival faction's assault forces the protagonist to push their abilities to their absolute limits. The finale is a spectacular display of tactical brilliance, overwhelming magical firepower, and raw, unbridled ingenuity. The protagonist doesn't just survive the assault, they completely shatter the local power scaling, using a ridiculous, highly technical combination of skills and crafting to turn the enemy's ultimate attack into a mere stepping stone. The payoff is spectacular, delivering a massive, dopamine-fueled victory that proves the most dangerous class in the system isn't the one with the biggest sword, it's the one who understands the rules better than anyone else. Blindness is a triumph of the LitRPG and fantasy genres. It is smart, action-packed, and unapologetically addictive. José Saramago has crafted a debut that perfectly captures the thrill of breaking the apocalypse with a stat sheet and a strategy guide. Plug in your headphones, check your stats, and join the climber. The system is live, but his future is bright.